Hey, what's up everyone? This is going to be a different type of video. I'm going to jump right into it and I'll explain at the end what I've changed and what I'll probably be changing for the future. With that being said, I've been playing a lot of Eden, DarkageofCamelot. It's been out for about a month or so. And at the beginning, since it is pretty much the only server that's up besides Uthgard, which there's no players on it because, well, I think we all know the reason why. It's very slow. There's no change to it, and not a lot of people like that, right? You're not gonna make a lot of people happy. After looking at this, it's like I think I saw 18 people online, and whatever. Hopefully, those 18 people are having a great time. But mainly talking about Eden here. Eden is, I believe they justify themselves as Classic Plus. Now, whenever they released a few years ago, first time, they used to have like a server population. They got rid of that because it's some kind of statistic where if you see players playing and it start to slowly go down, people are not as motivated to play on that server anymore. And that goes pretty much across the board. That's why you don't really see numbers on other like games, how many people are playing on it, besides like Steam stats. But you know, obviously that's a different story. With Eden though, with season 3, I believe it's what it is. I don't fucking know. Well, anyway, season 3 has been out, you know, for a minute, and in regards in comparison to what Eden was and what it's become, and obviously the private servers in between, there was Celestius, I believe it was what it was called, Phoenix, and Phoenix is still working on season 2, and I'm assuming they just didn't want to release it and then have Eden release, and then they both have split servers, and you know, it'd be kind of counterproductive. And but anyway, Eden, as cool as it is, I mean, it's more live than live. It's what live wants to be, but it can't, and that may sound like a good thing, but unfortunately it's not. There's a lot of, it's very streamlined. It's essentially what live is now, and Eden has replicated that, where in season 1 it felt kind of like a community. You're able to go kill stuff and go into these other zones, SI and classic and farm, and you didn't really feel like it was you were forced to be in a group. But now, even in season 3, they nerfed solo farming completely to the ground. you get more salvage materials and more items from being in a group in battlegrounds than you do being as a level 50 in high level areas soloing shit. And the salvage you get from it is trash. And again, this is going to be an unpopular opinion. And this is just me speaking on surface level. I'm not going deep, and I'm not a fucking nerd when it comes to min-maxing what it should be. This is what they announced. I don't care about that. This is how I feel about how out of touch, even in the private server community, it is. And I'm not gonna I'm not gonna record it. I'm not gonna put it on blast. But I believe on their Discord, or they did an update today, and the update is a fucking name change. And to do it, you have to have some kind of dumbass stone, 1,000 bounty points, and 10% of your total realm points on use to change your name. Right? Cool. People can change their name, but what the fuck is this? Like, even something as simple as that is so goddamn stupid. Like, give me a break. But what I really wanted to touch on, and not just nitpicking and shit, but I remember they were trying to give like that classic feel, but it's not even that. It's their own thing now. And if that's what they're going, then great. They've done a great fucking job. There's a lot of quality of life things that are in there that are great. They added another class called the occultist, and guess what it is? It's the live necromancer. wow, it's revolutionary, man. Holy shit. It's such a huge, like, and then there's boars that blow up whatever. Anyway, it's just gimmicky shit. Like, great job to the people that actually like fucking put in their time and their effort to make something. But if you compare that to what Camelot was, they've dissected it to the point where it is not Camelot. Yeah, sure, you have the classes. Yeah, sure, you have the zones, the RVR, and the RAs, the new RAs, not the old ones. The new battlegrounds, and all this exciting, crazy stuff that you can do in RVR. And by the way, they revised RVR. So that's great, guys. And I get where they're going with it. They want it to be RVR focused, not PvE focused. But they pigeonhole you, they funnel you until in a streamlined, boring ass meta. I don't know how many games I've played in recent years and they do that. Warcraft has done it. I mean, not just recently. It's been happening since Legion. But they funnel you into this fucking, you have to be in a group to do anything that's going to be worth the shit. And making money, it's like you make money by doing, you can do a daily for a plat. You can farm X, Y, and Z, but with a group. If you do it with a group, you're going to get a lot of fucking items dropped. But it's so fucking boring now. How do you level from 1 to 10? Guess what you do, right? You could be someone brand new to the server. What do? They might go to, I don't know, Cockballs or Mularn or fucking Magmail, and they might level there, but that's too fucking slow. And guess who's not there? People. Guess where they are at? In the level 10 battlegrounds. And guess what you got to do? You got to kill some fucking goblins. You got to kill some scrags. You got to kill fucking wisps. You got to kill, and then you might get some RVR in there. And by that time, if you get some good action, if you're not rolled by Zergs constantly and it's not Zerg on Zerg battle, I mean, you're going to level out pretty soon. Sounds exciting and fun, right? Well, for me, in my opinion and in my point of view, I think that's it's such a step backwards to how Camelot was. You primarily level in battlegrounds, and there are PvE quests, but holy fuck, man, there's so much more. You have to run all. It takes so much more time, and I would think if they're going to release a new season, and what they advertised was a new class for Alb, which is literally a revamped Necro, a live version of Necro. They could have redone the quest. They could have made events that made it more exciting for players to explore PvE areas, to reward being solo. If you're solo, and some people just don't want a fucking group, but they said something a while back saying, well, this is an MMO and we want people to group. We want, we encourage it, but it's not encouraged. It's 100% forced. Because if you're solo, you can't do shit. You cannot, unless maybe you're a scout or some kind of archer. And even that, they nerf that. If you're a stealth group, well, that's see you later. If there's too many people in a stealth group, they nerf that, so you can be seen easier, or whatever. It says like you're less hidden now. Whatever the fucking debuff is, it's stupid. But even stuff like that, someone got butt hurt, and someone didn't like how something was going, and that's the problem that I have with private servers, where something doesn't mix well for the people that are making it, but then it's not like this is a brand new game. They're taking the essence of what it was and they're fucking it in the ass, like literally fucking it in the ass. You can't explore anymore, and if you do, you're fucking what's the fucking word I'm looking for? You're punished for it. You try to solo do anything, it's so boring and you get nothing from it. So there's no sense of being like, I'm gonna go solo farm. and then guess what? You don't get shit. And if you salvage anything, you get nothing from it. If you're trying to get some specific gear, it takes forever because the drop rate is significantly reduced unless you're in a group. And that's where I'm getting at. And I'm going to compare this to another private server that's coming out later this year. And I think at the moment they're doing a really good job. There's no one really playing it. There's people, off and on with it, but they lost touch with what Camelot was. Like, yeah, it's an MMO, but guess what? Some people just like doing their own fucking thing. If I have to be forced to group, then that makes me not want to do it. Especially, I've been in groups where people just don't talk because they're like, I have to do this. And whenever you're being forced to do something, it's less entertaining, less fun. In my opinion. Again, this is all opinion. And I'm sure if anyone listens to this, someone's going to fucking freak out because holy shit. Even in RVR, the elitists are insane. And I mean that in the utmost respect. People that fucking RVR and they're into it and they're fucking, they love the challenge. They love being the top tier. Great. I'm glad they enjoy that. But whenever it becomes catered to whenever you're side stunning, and that side stun, literally, you don't even have to be at their side and you can stun them. There's a video on it. I forget the guy is popular with it because people nut anytime he posts something. But a side style where you're slightly looking at the person and you hit them, then all that skill is gone. They've made it easier for you to land stuff, so it's less rewarding. I remember doing RVR way back when in SI, perfing a bone dancer and killing them and letting the dot kill them or whatever it may be. Like, it seems simple, right? Like, perf, yeah, that, whatever. But if I didn't land a perf and I had to improvise by doing side style stuns or whatever it may be, or some kind of CC, it would be more challenging. Yeah, you got to kind of fuck with their body, especially if they're stuck to you or auto facing you. But it made it more challenging. It's like once you landed that, you're like, oh fuck yeah, I got him. And then you landed that. You felt more accomplished as someone that's RVRing. So, but yeah, Eden ripped that soul right out of it. It's so fast paced and it caters to people nowadays where and I'm not saying that I'm a casual player in the sense of I want it so slow that I'm going to fall asleep leveling or I'm going to fake a link dead. I'm meaning that there's no, it's 2025. Dark Age of Camelot came out in 2001. There's a server in Warcraft named Turtle WoW. I think most people have heard about it if they've been in the MMO community. Turtle WoW has done Classic Plus in a phenomenal way. Are there some flaws? 100%. And are there some, good things about it, great things? They're using an old engine and they're implementing new stuff. They just released, I think, a few weeks ago, new zones, new dungeons. I'm not saying that you have to fucking, maybe this game engine is limited in Camelot. And if that's the case, I get it. But if we're not if we're trying to make something their own, but the soul is gone and all it is just a husk of what it is, I don't get where they're going with it. It's so disappointing. But that's all I'm going to talk about that. I think I went on a tangent too long. But with that being said, the big thing is, for me, Eden's very boring. It's fun to play at times. I love playing with my buddy just because I can talk to someone that I can fuck around with. Because people in Camelot nowadays are so goddamn boring. It's like, I don't know. It's like they never got with the times. And I'm fairly old. I've been playing Camelot for a minute. But some of these fucking people, man, they're just, I don't know, brain dead. But anyway, with that being said, Eden has its moments, but those moments are so slim and far in between. It's insane. And they do a really good job of forcing you into RVR. There's always some kind of action going on. And that's pretty much all I can say about Eden. There's just a lot of stuff in there that's just, it's not Camelot anymore. It's literally a arena MMO. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. You're forced into a battlegrounds. You're forced into Darkness Falls. You're forced into the frontiers. And that's it. That's your worth. You know, that's it. There's no reward for exploring. There's no reward for finding these epic whatever loot, whatever. Anyway, I'm done with that. Moving forward, with that being said, so Blackthorn is a Classic Plus, is what it claims to be. I am no way, shape, or form advertising for them, but I've played on their server through alpha, and I believe they have beta in summer. They have changed some things that are cool and also bad at the same time. I won't delve into it a lot because everything's subject to change, right? Eden's released. Eden's done. They do some updates and they do some patches, but you pretty much get the gist whenever you play it, what to expect. Blackthorn, I think, is in the right direction. I'm not going to fucking praise them, but I believe they're in the right direction. And that's one of them I'm looking forward to. It still has the soul in there, and it's still keeping its roots, because this one is going back to old zones and seeing like populated areas is so cool, man. I'm not meaning players are not really populating the area yet, but like just full of mobs. Back when you could AoE farm, and if you chose to, if you had a class like a shaman or a mentalist or a fucking cabbie. So I think they're heading in the right direction, in my opinion, for sure. But with that being said, and I know I say this a lot, I know I repeat myself a lot, but I haven't been uploading a lot of videos because I've been in a class in a different state in school, and I'm studying and I'm doing tests and stuff like that, so I didn't really have time for this. Sometimes I get a burst of motivation to post something, and I think this was it. And I'm gonna put some random videos I've recorded in the background as I do a tangent to keep people that have short attention spans like myself engaged. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys liked the video, and if you guys have opinion about Eden, or you've played on Blackthorn, or you played Turtle WoW or any of the other private servers, or also have any suggestions, let me know. I definitely got this idea from watching a YouTuber named EQOA Nostalgia. He does a lot of EverQuest Online Adventures stuff through the emulator. He gets very passionate about when he says shit, and I think it's pretty funny. So I kind of took a little bit of that. I changed my demeanor, so figured I'd try this out instead. But anyway, like I said, if there's some opinions you guys want to say, or if there's something you want to fucking bitch about, just put it in the comments. Let me know what you think.